we're back. John and Ben, you saw the new intro. It was cool. You liked it. Today, we're going to be interviewing students at MHS, giving it some recommendations for movies, TV shows. Do you have any recent TV shows or movies that you'd like to recommend?
Yes, TV show The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon Prime, and this is an old movie. Not that old. It's like 2019 probably, a few years ago. Parasite. Amazing movie.
Do you have any movies to recommend to MHS?
Like movies?
Yeah, or TV shows, anything you want.
If I have to go TV shows, Sweet Life on Deck with Zach and Cody. Great show. Really good show. Then movies. Since we're on Disney topic, we might as well just stay with it.
Definitely.
I feel like you gotta go Incredibles and Monsters, Inc.
Cool. So are there any movies that you'd like to recommend to MHS? TV shows either.
Just any movie.
Maybe like more recently, but any movie.
No.
Just like name some...
Demon Slayer movie. You gotta watch the first full season, fire show. The movie, fire. Second season, fire. It's elite. Demon Slayer, Mugen Train. Watch it.
So are there any recent movies that you'd like to recommend to MHS?
Charlie, come here. Are there any movies or shows you'd like to recommend to the students at MHS?
It's very close. Gotta respect COVID. Respect COVID, please. What did I say yesterday?
Yeah, so we had to do this yesterday, but the audio corrupted, which is no one's fault. But this is frustrating. It's not. But I'm gonna enjoy myself either way. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it's a little old. It's a few years old, but it's really good. If you're looking for really modern shows, The Witcher on Netflix original series, starring, who plays Clark Kent?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill as The Witcher, just a stud all around.
Succession is really good. Some people might think it's boring, but it's good.
People who think it's boring haven't watched the show and are also stupid. And if you're watching this and our teacher and thinks Succession is bad, you're really intelligent, and just don't fail me. So, another movie that I really like that I saw recently, this one's really old, On the Waterfront, classic. Have you seen it?
I have.
What did you think?
Thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
Then for TV shows, you got the classics, The Office, Parks and Rec, if you just want to binge.
Breaking Bad, Sopranos, Game of Thrones. Those are all top tier for a reason.
Another really good movie is Baby Driver. Have you seen Baby Driver?
Baby Driver is very good.
Baby Driver
It's super
is
underrated.
Phenomenal. Have you seen that movie on Queen? What's it called?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh my God.
The Theory of Everything is really good.
That's
That's got Stephen Hawking.
Great movie. That's a real good movie.
I recently rewatched the only two Kill Bill movies. Those are really good.
Oh, Siege of Jodhpur on Netflix. Brilliant film. You've seen it?
Yeah. Okay, well, are we actually committing to this bit?
Yeah.
Oh.
I commit to every bit.
I mean, have you
I didn't know this was a bit.
Have you stolen the mic from me? Or I'll just join the conversation here. That's a great movie.
Siege of Jodhpur.
It's with the Irish soldiers
Yeah,
from the
dude.
UN, right?
Yeah, I watched it with my Irish dad, and he was always like, they didn't give them the awards till 2005.
Undeserved.
It's not an Irish accent. Please don't show my dad this. What other movies?
Recent movie. I'm not a big anime guy, really, but the Studio Ghibli movies, right? You got Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Castle in the Sky, classics. Would recommend. I think you guys already talked about this. The new Spider-Man movie that came out was pretty good. I like that.
I haven't talked about the new one, no.
The new one. It was pretty good. I liked it.
I actually really enjoyed Shang-Chi as well. That was really
honestly,
good.
that was pretty great. I think that was maybe a little underrated.
It got a little outshadowed by Spider-Man,
I
because
agree,
as most films did in the last 5 months. So
There's actually film in theaters now that I hope to see over this long weekend called, you've seen it, Licorice Pizza. That's supposed to be really good.
Very good. Nominated for Best Picture.
Solid. Yeah.
Very good.
Do you want to watch it with me?
Yeah, you want to go out on a date?
What?
What?
I'll go on a date.
What?
Also,
I'll pick you up at 8.
Also,
free,
first
yeah.
week of March, The Batman with
I wanna see
Robert
that so
Pattinson
badly.
is coming out.
That
The Pattinson.
looks good. That
that'll
looks
be really
real
good.
nice. That looks real nice.
Jackass Forever. I heard that's really good. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen any of the Jackass movies.
They're pretty good. They're, you know,
They're geared
they're
towards
they're
the
in a
comedy.
they're in a like genre of their own. I think they're kind of just like overhyped Nelk videos with a bigger budget.
I don't like Nelk. I hate Nelk. 'Cause
I used to like Nelk when I was like in middle school, but I think that's the target demographic.
I
and
think you kind of mature out of
now.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like just a style of comedy that like appeals to 6th graders.
I
But
never liked it though, cause like Jackass, I see them. They're doing things to each other. They're physically harming one another. But Nelk, what I never liked was they always like screwed with someone outside of it, and they always made that person just feel like an outs. I never liked that. I thought that
I
was
think
terrible.
people that actually do that gimmick well is Impractical
I was gonna
Jokers.
bring that
Yes.
up.
That's
Exactly.
very good.
They do it extremely well, I
'Cause
think.
they don't do it in like a disrespectful way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not as though
They're mainly messing with themselves, but in public to get a
Yeah.
reaction.
I mean, how do you guys feel about like Eric Andre in that sense?
I love the
I
Eric Andre
love
show.
the Eric
So
Andre
The Eric
show.
Andre show is
So
so good.
funny.
Yeah.
I was watching some of it yesterday.
What up, Eric? Eric just made it to the finals in Stumble Guys.
That's pretty. That's
Prediction? He's not gonna win.
I could see that happening.
What other movies? I love movies, but the thing is, I won't comment on them or be able to like. Oh, we didn't talk about any Wes Anderson films this time.
We did.
Okay. One of the most underrated Wes Anderson films was his first one called Bottle Rocket. And I don't know, many people have seen that. Has the Wilson brothers in it. It's about these brothers that like do heists, and it's pretty funny. And it's like, I don't know how many people have seen it, but it's good.
Do you like Wes Anderson?
I don't think I've really watched enough of his movies to really have a
Fantastic
good
Mr.
opinion.
Fox.
Like,
That's one of the best.
I think I've
animated
watched that
movies.
once. Yeah, maybe when I was.
Isle of Dogs
Maybe
is
you have to
pretty
do a
good too.
deep dive.
Oh, Moonrise Kingdom,
Yeah.
Grand
Grand
Budapest
Budapest,
Hotel. My brother has a poster of that in his dorm room. Or at least he had one. I haven't seen him in years.
Royal Tenenbaums is really good too.
I haven't seen that, but I heard
That
it's
one's good.
Yeah, I've heard things about those.
Oh, for younger audiences, Dora the Explorer,
Oh, fire show.
right?
The character development, surreal. I like when the map like becomes self-aware.
I like when inanimate objects become a key development part of the
Yeah.
plot.
Someday we need to do a deep dive into Swiper's actual morals and
Oh,
like
wow.
what drives him to actually
I
know what he does.
I think Swiper has daddy issues.
I mean, you know what I'm thinking? I feel like this is an allegory for real-world events. Like, I feel like maybe like the 2008 housing crisis. This has some
Probably, yeah.
aspects of that can definitely be reflected. Like Diego.
What if Swiper just represents the lower class?
Yeah.
I think that Swiper is. I think that he actually represents. If you want to look at the grandiose scheme of things, right? Swiper, to me, throughout history, throughout events in history, even in current events today, I think that Swiper actually, he might just maybe represent the lower class.
I'm feeling that.
Speaking of completely hyper analyzing children's media, Cars. I could go on. I could go on about Cars for a really long time. The Pope. There's a
Not getting that.
there's a car Pope
Which
in
means so
Cars
many
2,
things.
which literally means so much. Also, there's a car TSA at the airport.
There's a car veteran.
I don't know if I want to get into the TSA, but car
Yeah.
Pope implies car Jesus and car crucifixion. How would that work?
There's a lot of questions unanswered that we will be exploring in a podcast.
All right, I'll take this. This is going to become an advertisement. All right.
Yeah.
New podcasts, weekly, bi-weekly. I don't know.
Bimodal distributions.
Good stuff.
We're just gonna completely hyperanalyze things that should not be hyperanalyzed.
You know, this is newsworthy. This is what journalism is all about. All right. Good.
Thank you for having me
Thank you
on.
so much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.